you know, I just, like you said, I watched this ruckus on Twitter. I was like,
what?
Like, oh my goodness.
Pacquiao just went to a majority draw, and you can argue that Manny Pacquiao should have won the fight and was winning.
He was still good at it. I think he was stealing some rounds at the end. Whether he deserved them or he didn't deserve them, whatever, they were close rounds. He might have stole them on the judges' cards.
Shannon Sharp slammed a WBC after Manny Pacquiao was robbed of what looked like a clear win over Mario Barrios. He called the fight boring and criticized Barrios for lacking urgencies, something you'd expect from a younger fighter. Despite Pacquiao clearly outboxing him, the judges ruled it a draw. Sharp saw this as yet another example of how boxing now puts marketability over fairness.
I know I can beat. Why would I take a chance and fight somebody for $30 million? And that's what these guys do. And the differences between boxing and UFC, you might be the champion.
Mario Barrios' recent record has become a hot topic in the boxing world. 2 straight draws, especially the latest against Pacquiao, have raised eyebrows. Many fans and analysts strongly believed Pacquiao was the rightful winner in that fight.
All right, so we are back on The Way Concept presented by The Ring Magazine. And folks, I just watched Manny Pacquiao, that's right, 8-division world champion and 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao, off a 3-year layoff Manny Pacquiao, off a loss before the 3-year layoff Manny Pacquiao, go to a majority draw with a world champion in a title fight in 2025. What the f just happened? The breakdown. Let's go.
He is the star of Wade Concept.
So like I said, Manny Pacquiao, 2025, fighting for a world championship is not something you expect me to hear. Number one, especially off the 3-year layoff, especially at 147, especially off a loss, and especially not going to a majority draw. This is a win for Manny Pacquiao. I'm just going to say it. Tonight, he fought Mario Barrios on PBC, on Amazon Prime Video for the WBC World Championship. Mario Barrios, I like the guy, but it has to be said, when you have 2 of your last title defenses ending in a split draw and a majority draw, you may be the worst title holder in boxing right now. I'm sorry. That's not comparing him to being a shitty boxer. It's just saying that as of right now, he might be the worst world champion in boxing. It may be one of the worst I've seen in a while. Also, kind of unrelated, this kind of looks bad for Tank Davis's record because that was supposed to be a stalwart win on Tank's career when he moved up to 140 and beat Barrios for the belt there. But now it's not looking so good because 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao just went to a majority draw, and you can argue that Manny Pacquiao should have won the fight.
Doubts are growing, with many fans questioning what's really happening behind the scenes. Pacquiao supporters celebrated his skill and heart, while Barrios fans were left disappointed. The controversial decision tainted what could have been a legendary night and left a bitter taste for everyone
Involved, honestly, because that right there is rough to watch if you're a Barrios fan. If you're a Manny Pacquiao fan, this is a fantastic night. And you can even argue maybe he should have got the belt. But I think where this fight became more close was in the later rounds when Pacquiao, obviously close to being an AARP member, was going to slow down. And if your game plan, if you're Mario Barrios, is to go, okay, I'm just going to outlast him. Eventually, he's going to slow down. One, it's psychotic to me to even think, I'll wait for the 46-year-old to slow down in the later rounds. Not, I'm going to go and do what I should do as a champion and go after this guy. Respect be damned. It's a world championship fight. I saw some people saying, oh, he's carrying Manny out of respect. Excuse me?
The criticism of Barrios exploded after his lackluster performance. Even though the fight ended in a draw, most viewers agreed he got outclassed. He looked hesitant and didn't throw nearly enough punches. Fans said it felt like a moral loss. In contrast, Pacquiao looked sharper, hungrier, and more focused. The decision seemed to protect Barrios from a loss, which outraged fans even more.
With the draw?
No.
Because, like...
Weird rounds, hard to score.
Yeah, Pacquiao did better than I thought he did. And that's like, we get into that weird territory in boxing where you start grading on a curve. That's not how boxing works. And I was like, oh, Pacquiao's doing better. He's probably winning. Oh, he won. But no, he probably didn't. And a draw is probably, he's probably lucky to get a draw.
Yeah, as I was watching it and scoring it, and I was in the live chat with people, and there was just so many rabid Pacquiao fans that were like, every time he did anything, first of all, anytime he did anything in the arena, the place went absolutely bonkers. Like it was going to tear down. He, honestly, he probably fought 50 to 60 seconds a round. He did not do much. He didn't need to because Barrios didn't step on the gas pedal at all at any point. He was so listless and just kind of like ho-humming through it. So Pacquiao was able to steal moments, and he did a really good job of stealing the end of rounds and making an exclamation point. And also, we saw flashes of the Manny of old when he would have that little like the flourishing signature in the end of something. He'd make that little movement, bang, he'd pop that left hand, he'd fly out, boom, 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 boom. He'd make those little moves, he'd do the fancy feet, and you would be like, but really nothing happened. He didn't land a lot of punches. Like, it wasn't like anything really effective. But it got everybody emotional. It got everybody, and whereas Barrios was the exact opposite. Everything he did was so workmanlike. He has zero charisma. He has no sell on anything he does. He just lacked passion. I know he's Aztec warrior, but where was the passion? Where was the exchanging? Where was the biting down on my mouthpiece and going for it? So there was a lot of opportunities based on how both guys fought for Manny to actually steal rounds because Mario wasn't selling it. Pacquiao was. The crowd was behind him. But yes, when you do it, you're looking at it almost like you're almost comparing Pacquiao to Pacquiao. You're being like, oh, he fought really good for a 46-year-old. He didn't fight really good for a 12-round main event, champion. He fought really good for a 46-year-old Pacquiao. So you get that idea in your head, like, oh man, he's doing so good. But is he really, or are you just voting for the guy that you like better?
Like, nostalgia is a hell of a joke, and we were all high on Saturday night.
Legendary trainer Robert Garcia gave his take, saying boxing now feels more like a business than a sport. He explained that fighters like Barrios are seen as future assets, while a 46-year-old Pacquiao winning doesn't benefit promoters. According to him, financial interests may be influencing judges' decisions more than actual performance.
So much to talk to you about. I don't know where to start. So first of all, why do they keep robbing Manny Pacquiao? He got robbed against Bradley.
I didn't see the fight, but I heard from everybody that he got robbed.
You trust Paulie Malignaggi. He said they robbed Pacquiao.
Man, you know what?
He got robbed with Jeff Horn.
It's actually weird, because you see, like the way boxing is, the business is. I'm not saying promoters, because it's the same thing with the business, where you want, like, when you have that one fighter that, like, when you have a young prospects that are signed to, like, managers, judges and commissioners, they already know who's the one that's signed, who's the one they want
to promote on. Yeah.
So there's a lot of times where those young fighters get away with wins that maybe should have gone the other way, or maybe a draw, but they still give them the win.
A veteran nicknamed the Goose raised concerns about bias in the sport. He pointed out that Pacquiao has been on the wrong end of many controversial decisions and questioned if his Asian background plays a role. Many fans agree despite all he's achieved, Pacquiao still doesn't get treated like Western fighters. For them, it's more than just bad judging, it's injustice.
It's Coffee with the Goose. I'm excited to have you with me again. I talk about things that are interesting, fascinating, and in this case, very irritating. I'm the Goose. We'll start with a little coffee. As you know, my coffee is very strong, like my opinion, and of course, I have some creamer in there to make it sweet, just like me. Okay, I'm not happy. I'll be honest with you. We all have our views of what happened during the Pacquiao-Mario Barrios fight. We all have our views. We all have our opinions. I think whether you're a Pacquiao fan or Barrios fan, you're not happy either. You shouldn't be. It was not a good show. First of all, I'll give props to Mario Barrios. He's the whipping boy for some reason. People are saying, well, he's the champion. He should have been a little more aggressive and come after Pacquiao a little more, and shouldn't, be happy with the draw. I'm sure he's not happy with the draw. That's 2 in a row for him, by the way. But, in Barrios' defense, he's fighting Manny Pacquiao. So I think he was maybe a little psyched out. I really think. And most of Pacquiao's opponents are. It's the Pac-Man. You should be a little afraid. And Jude and I think we agreed during the fight that both of these guys, at some point, they're acting like they're afraid of each other. It's a weird fight. I'm not happy. Nobody should be happy with the draw. But let's get on to bigger and, not better things. Let's just get to reality, okay? It's corruption in boxing. Nothing new. We've seen this before. But why does it seem to happen? Why is Manny Pacquiao the victim so often, as opposed to other fighters where it may happen once or twice? did Pacquiao win? It was a very close fight. I had Pacquiao leading after 9 rounds. And the championship rounds, I think Barrios took two of those 3 rounds. So very tight fight. I think Pacquiao probably won.
Bobby Pacquiao, Manny's brother, was just as confused and upset. He couldn't understand what the judges were watching. Still, he admitted there's no choice but to accept the result. For him, Manny clearly did enough to win, and the result just didn't match what happened in the ring.
What did you think of last night? Was it a draw, or you thought your brother won?
My brother win.
Yeah.
You know that. Too many people, the crowd is gonna be. You say, oh, what happened? You say that. So, yeah. You know.
Shakur Stevenson, Andre Ward, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, they all said Manny Pacquiao won. Why do you think the judges saw it the other way for the draw?
I'm a long time. I'm a fighter also. I'm a fighter. 14 years in the ring. 14 years in the ring. But I know the score. You know that. You know the score. So many judges, but I'm surprised that the decision is like that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised. But anyway, the judges and the decision is now. Let's accept. I really accept that decision.
Before the fight, people doubted if Pacquiao could still compete at the top level at age 46, but he proved everyone wrong. His movement, timing, and footwork were all on point. Instead of showing decline, he delivered a masterclass. What was supposed to be a risky comeback turned into proof that he still belongs among the greats.
Now in the welterweight division, the rematch between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. And Manny Pacquiao will beat Floyd Mayweather in the rematch. I said it. I like Floyd. A legendary fighter, but I believe how Manny Pacquiao fought yesterday, and we haven't seen Floyd Mayweather. I know he's still in shape, but this Manny Pacquiao and the footwork that he displayed yesterday, and like he said in the post-fight interview, he threw a little bit more punch, but of course he's 46 years old. But I'm just saying, even at 46 years old, he's better than all these guys. He'll knock out Devin Haney, like worse than Ryan Garcia did. Because he can't even match up the angles with Lomachenko. Imagine the angle of Manny Pacquiao, right? Manny Pacquiao will beat Brian Norman Jr. Manny Pacquiao will already beat Mario Barrios. Who else in the 147-pound division? If somebody moves up, you know what I'd like to see? Maybe Manny Pacquiao versus...
The decision sparked immediate outrage across the boxing world. Experts, ex-champions, and analysts all voiced their disbelief. They said Pacquiao was clearly the more effective fighter, landing cleaner shots, timing better, and controlling the ring. The draw didn't just feel wrong, it felt like another example of a broken system. Many started calling for more transparency and even technology to help with judging.
Now in the welterweight division, the rematch between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. And Manny Pacquiao will beat Floyd Mayweather in the rematch. I said it. I like Floyd, a legendary fighter, but I believe how Manny Pacquiao fought yesterday, and we haven't seen Floyd Mayweather. I know he's still in shape, but this Manny Pacquiao and the footwork that he displayed yesterday, and like he said in the post-fight interview, he threw a little bit more punch, but of course he's 46 years old. But I'm just saying, even at 46 years old, he's better than all these guys. He'll knock out Devin Haney, like worse than Ryan Garcia did.
Trusted voices from around the sport took to social media and broadcast shows to break it all down. Many reviewed the fight frame by frame and concluded that Pacquiao won. The stats and the visuals backed it up, yet somehow, the judges didn't see it that way. This disconnect between reality and result has fans demanding reform and fairness.
Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios fight to a majority draw. The one judge gave it in favor of Barrios, 115-113. My thoughts on this one: I thought Pacquiao did enough. Pacquiao did a good amount of work leading up, and it looked like going into those final 3 rounds, 10, 11, 12, Pacquiao had a good lead. Barrios needed the final 3 to be able to make a draw in this fight. The judges thought he did that. I personally didn't. Now, I'm not going to lie, before the final round, I checked the live odds of Manny Pacquiao, and he was a massive favorite to win this fight. Now, I think that there's a slight robbery here. The fans thought so too. And let's not lie, Manny Pacquiao is 46 years old. He is 46. So first, for him to step in there and go the distance with the champion of his old division is so impressive. I don't care what you think of Barrios. Manny Pacquiao is a warrior for stepping in there tonight. 46 years old, and he takes the champion to a majority draw in a fight where many will say that he did enough to get that nod. I think I would love to see him maybe try it again. I think Pacquiao deserved the win here. What do we think? Thoughts on the fight?
This wasn't just another fight for Pacquiao. It was a chance to add one more historic chapter to his legacy, just like George Foreman's comeback. Against all odds, he performed like a champion. His heart, timing, and grit reminded everyone of who he is. But instead of being rewarded, he was robbed. What should have been a celebration of greatness turned into another example of boxing's flaws.
Yeah, bro, you got robbed last night. And shit, I got robbed last night. We both in the same boat. Last night, Manny Pacquiao got back in the ring, fresh off retirement, and tried to take the belt from Mario Barrios. He was putting belt to ass the whole fight. Draw is crazy. It's absurd. A draw is wild. As bad business. If Manny Pacquiao won last night, we would have witnessed history. He would have been the oldest welterweight champion ever. And coming fresh off retirement, the first Hall of Famer to come back and grab a title. He's different. Last night, Manny Pacquiao proved, bro, he 1-1. Ain't nobody like Manny Pacquiao. Pac-Man is the truth. The truth for real, for real. You can't tell me Pac-Man lost that fight. I'm not going for it. That's cooked. I'm not hearing it. 46. We got robbed, man. Simple and plain. Pac-Man deserved that fight. This draw is bad business, man.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates. Until next time.